Hi, this is a Smith & Wesson Military and Police 38 Model 10 and 38 Special, and this is a 10-5, which, if I am not mistaken, refers to the change from the half moon style sight to the ramped and serrated front sight. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Nicely blued steel, and the old Smith & Wesson style polish. And this has sandbar stag grips. They're very nice, particularly this one. I like the bark on this one. Looks really good with this blued steel, in my opinion. And it has a Tyler T-grip style grip adapter. This is actually a different guy that makes them out of plastic instead of aluminum or bronze or whatever, and I need that to fill in this space behind the trigger guard on these. So I had this out once before and I forgot the ammunition for it, as I am wont to do occasionally. I frequently bring a gun to the range that either forget the mags for it or the ammo for it, or both, or else I'd bring the mags and ammo for it and not the gun. But so finally got it to the range at the same time as the ammo, so let's shoot it some just for fun. This is a 2-inch barreled snub and 6-shot steel frame, and it's really a beauty, and it's pleasant to shoot. So let's have some fun. Alright, so I'm trying to get a happy medium here between the shot of the pistol and the shot of the steel. Don't figure you want to look at me very much. So these are just the speed loaders. You just twist them and drop it in. This is Winchester white box where the first 3 cylinders hold. See if I can hit any of these guys double action. So I'm going to hold center on these guys and see what happens. Let's see. You hold a bit on the big circle on top, hold center, and it's hitting low. Okay, so I gotta hold top. So these 130s are hitting low. See if I can hit those little guys. I'm going to hold over those. If I can do a semi-rapid fire on that right torso. I guess the 6th guy got away. Alright, let's try some of my reloads. These are 158 grain plated extreme bullets with HP 38. And I think the flash should be pretty spectacular. I'm going to hold at the bottom of that top plate and see what happens. Okay, let me hold center. That was about center. Those are hitting to the right. Maybe my crappy shooting and maybe something to do with the bullets. So I got to hold the left side of the plate on with these guys. So one more reload here. So you push the empties out with the ejector, and with the 2-inch barrel, the ejector isn't long enough to really get them out of there, so that you have to kind of dump it out and sometimes help the last ones out. And you point the gun down, secure the cylinder with your thumb, and get the speed loader started, and then give it a twist on this model, and they should just drop in. And then you close it up. And let's try some single action on those top ones. So let me change the angle and get a different shot. Alright, so let's do another cylinder full and close it up. Hopefully you can see me. So on a revolver like this, the double action trigger means that you can pull the trigger and it will rotate the cylinder and cock the hammer and release it. So hopefully you can see that when I just pull it slowly. To release the cylinder, you push in the cylinder latch right here, push the cylinder out from the side, tilt the gun up, push those empties out with the ejector. Some people have you come along here and do it like this, and then you can also put them in one at a time, of course, and hopefully not drop them on the ground. That'll be good practice for me for my flinch. So I'm going to rotate this, and so hopefully not going to pay attention to where that empty was. So you can also, on these double action, single action revolvers, you can also cock the hammer with your thumb. The hammer stays back, the trigger stays back, the hammer stays back, and it's ready to go, and it's much lighter. And it's much more accurate for really accurate shooting. And you have to do it every time if you want to do that. There's my flinch. See that? That's good practice. So push the cylinder latch. Push out the cylinder. Push the ejector. And sometimes they don't all come out like that one didn't. So there you go. So hopefully what you want to see is, instead of flinching, you want to see that when you pull the trigger, you're not expecting a boom. You just want it to be consistent click every single time. So that's good practice for curing your flinch, if you remember to do it every time. This was made in 1966. I probably already said that. One other thing I wanted to say. What was it? Oh, I wanted to measure the trigger. Let's do that. So when you're measuring trigger, you obviously want to double check that the gun is very, very empty. Let's do the double action first. You want to pull right in the middle of the trigger and pull parallel to the bore, and hopefully not. That's 9 pounds 13 ounces. Let's do another one. Hopefully not over. That's 9 pounds 13 ounces. Let's do one more just for fun. Oh, I didn't reset it, did I? That's very consistent. 9 pounds 10 ounces. And I'll reset it this time. Nine pounds 13 ounces. So that's actually really smooth and really consistent. And let's try the single action now. As I told you before, it'll be much lighter. So I'm trying to hold where it's parallel to the trigger. £3 7.2 ounces. Let's do one more or two. Same spot. £3 8.8 ounces. One more just for fun. £3 10. So I might have pulled that one over the trigger stop, but about 3.5 pounds or so single action, and about 9.5 pounds double action, which is very good in my opinion. The Model 10 is a great pistol. So go get one. They make them. They've made 6 million of these, and you can still get them. They discontinued them, I believe, in about 2010 for a year, But I think they brought it back, and now they're just calling it the Model 10 rather than the Military and Police Model 10, since they're using the Military and Police designation for every frickin' gun they own now, except for the Military and Police. So they're just calling that the Model 10 now.